So you want to build yourself a project card? Great, you're one of us. But there are a few things that you need to think about before you start on your next project card. Because if you don't, you're going to end up with some weird mess combination of this and that, and it's not going to be good for anyone. Not even yourself. You're not going to like how it drives. You're not going to like how it handles. You're not going to like the power output. You're not going to like how it looks, and it's just going to be a miserable time until you actually figure out what you want to do. So this video is going to be broken down into three different steps. One of them is going to be your budget, how much money you have to spend on it. The other one is going to be whether you want it for. Do you want a drag car? Do you want a track car? Do you want a show car? What do you want it for? And the last one is going to be if you should do it yourself or should take it to a shop, because that's another very important thing. People will take their project cars to the shop and have a shop do it for them, and then people who actually do their project cars. But yeah, let's get to it. So before we actually get going into the other parts of the video, I would like to ask y'all if you could like and unsubscribe to the channel. And at the end of the video, you can comment down below y'all's next project card based on the three criteria that I'm going to be mentioning today. Yeah, let's get to it. So the first most important thing, I guess, is going to be your budget. How much money do you have to spend on your car? Because it doesn't matter what you want your car for. It doesn't matter if you're going to do yourself or take it to a shop if you don't have any money. If you don't have any money, you simply cannot do anything. Who would have guessed? But there is not simple as in, oh, I have money and I don't have money, because there's going to be different layers of having money and not having money. For example, you could have $1,000 for a whole project car. You could have $1,000 for your oil change. It's crazy stuff like that. So we need to figure out what's important, what we need to, again, budgeting. If you have a low budget, you don't necessarily have to go to GM Performance and buy great engines from there, or for Performance, or whoever Performance you want to go to. You can actually afford to just go to a junkyard, get an engine out, clean it out yourself, put it back together, and it's gonna be working perfectly fine. It's gonna take a lot more time, but it's gonna be a lot cheaper. But if you have a little bit of money, but not too much money, what you can do is actually just go ahead and get some parts from the junkyard and order some parts online and actually pick up some parts, look for deals. This is a little bit of the most common one, I guess. This budget is going to be the most common budget, because a lot of people have a good amount of money but not extensive amount of money to spend on a project car. You might have like $200 a week to spend on your project car, which is actually a pretty good amount of money. But you might have like $200 a week on your project car, which again is not going to be buying you GM crate engines anytime soon, but it is going to be putting enough money so you can upgrade and build and again just work on your car slowly at a time, especially if you have your plan, which is what I'm talking about next. And anyways, now if you have a lot of money, you can go ahead and do whatever the fuck you want to do. If you want to go to GM, buy a C32, 632 1,000 horsepower crate engine just like that, go for it. If you want to buy a elephant, go and do that. If you want to buy a Terminator, a Godzilla from Ford, go and do that. Do whatever you want to do. You have money, you're stacking. You need to be worrying about anything. I don't even know why you're watching this video, but if you are, I appreciate it, man. If you have a lot of money, there's basically nothing to worry about. At that point, the limit is your imagination, like they say. Anyways, the next part is gonna be, what do you want your car for? This is the most important part for yourself, because again, it all goes back to these are three things. Well, these two things are together: how much money you have to spend and what you want your car to do. If you're not go fast in a straight line, you just go in a straight line, hit 200 miles per hour. Well, you want a dragster, not necessarily a dragster, but a drag car. And that's again, it's really helpful to keep that in mind whenever you're building your car, because you need to worry about suspension as much as someone that wants to track the car. You don't have to worry about how the car looks as someone that wants the car for shows. But all you care about is going fast. And I get that. I appreciate that. I do that myself too a lot. It's cruising down the highway going 160, because, actually not cruising down the highway, going to Mexico doing 160, legal purposes. Anyways, you need to figure out what you want your car to do. If you want to go fast in a straight line, build your car for that. If you want your car to look nice, the car shows and winter words, build the outside of your car, the interior, make everything look nice. You don't have to worry about it going fast, because no one's gonna care if your car is fast or not if it looks like shit at that point. And then if you want to build a track car, man, you're into some next level type stuff, because track cars, you need to worry about aerodynamics, motor, transmission, weight, wheels, all that type of crazy stuff. And that's gonna be a lot more expensive compared to a drag car, for example. Which drag car, I mean, yes, there's a lot more things to it than one want to say, but the basics are like motor, transmission, wheels, differential, take off. For all you want to know, you don't give a fuck about what else is in it. You could be a fucking bare bones chassis, just go phew. Again, depends what you want your car for. Make sure you understand what you want your car for and plan it beforehand. Get a drawing pad and figure out like, okay, I want this motor, this transmission, and I want this chassis, this body kit, whatever. And then look at your budget and be like, does that match? And if it doesn't match, then go back and fix your shit. Because because you ain't gonna pull up no miracles if you don't got no money. So make sure you have enough money to build what you want. And if, let's say, for example, you want an LSX 454 fully built, 2,500 horsepower behind a TR with a TR 6060 behind it, but then you realize your budget is 2,000 bucks, well, you gonna have to get a 5.8 and a 5 speed. I mean, it feels bad, but it's close enough for now. If you really don't have the money, don't be spending the money. But make sure again, make sure you know what you want. What do you want your car to do? What do you want? Do you want the sounds? Do you want it to pop? Do you want it to just grab attention everywhere you go? Do you want a classic car? Do you want a JDM? Do you want a muscle car? What do you want your car? Because the thing is, your car is going to be an expression of yourself. So what do you want your car to show about you? The last thing is going to be, should you take it to a shop or should you do it yourself? It's going to be, okay, it's going to be a little controversial, I'm going to say, but I'm a firm believer that your time is worth more, if not, it's worth the same, if not more than money itself. Because money you can get more of, time not necessarily. So if you're stacking, if you have a high budget, and you know you're like cars, but you're not necessarily into them as much, you could afford to just take them to a shop and have someone else build the car for you. You're still going to be driving it, it's still going to be what you wanted, and it's going to be amazing, but you just have someone else build it for you because your time's worth more than what they charge, basically. But if you're into cars, if you just like the aspect of, being there in your car, trying to take off that one bolt that's not coming off, next thing you know, you scrape the shit out of your hand, you have a cut right here going down, you're bleeding it all over the place, and you're just cussing at the car. If that is your idea of fun, well, congratulations, my friend, you're one of us. That's what we like to do. We like to beat the shell of ourselves so you can make our car go vroom vroom and hit 200 miles per hour. Well, maybe not 200 miles per hour, but go fairly. And again, there's some things you got to keep in mind too. Are you into cars because of you, or are you into cars because of someone else? For example, do you building cars because you want to build cars, or are you building cars because you want to bring the attention that built cars bring with them? You know what I mean? I mean, it's not wrong. I mean, one of them is wrong, obviously, but in terms of this video, there's nothing wrong with any of those. It's just you have to know what you want to do with it. Like for me, I'm gonna build every single one of my cars as of right now, because again, even if my time was worth more than the shop asked for, which is not right now, I'm broke as hell. But if it was close or higher than the shop asked for, I still love my cars. I still love to build cars. I love every single aspect of them. I love the riskness of being under the car and you hear the Jacksons crack and you know you might about to fucking die. You gotta get the fuck out of there as fast as you can before the thing goes all over yourself. I love the aspect of cars, man. It's crazy. It's amazing. It's just doing this is a lot more fun than you would think. Who would have guessed? But I mean, yeah, man, that's what we're going to cars. We all love cars for one reason or another. So you need to figure out why, if to you building your car is worth it, or if you should just take it to a shop, which is gonna be better use of your time and money. So yeah, let's get to finish this video over there. Well, I'm not over there, right here, but I'm saying over there because it's gonna be transition. Anyways, so yeah, that's gonna be the end of the video. I hope y'all enjoy the video. A lot of rambling. I have to cut this down. How long is this, man? I wanted the video to be like 10 minutes, but we'll see how that goes. But yeah, there's a lot of rambling, a lot of talking extras, a lot of truck. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, like I said, there's three main things you gotta keep in mind before you do this. Your budget. Is it high budget? Is it low budget? Is it medium budget? How much money you have to spend on it? Another thing is gonna be what you want your car to do. Do you want the car to be fast? Do you want the sounds of the car? Do you want a show car? What do you want your car to be? What does it represent from you? And the last thing is gonna be, should you take it to a shop or should you do it yourself? If you're really into cars that way, do it yourself. If your time is worth more than the shop's asking you, like to build it, then take it to a shop. You know what I mean? But yeah, like I said, I hope you enjoyed this video. I want you to comment down below before you leave. I want you to comment down below, what would your project car be right now? Let's say if you wanted to go build a project car, what would you want your car to be? What is your budget? Is it low budget, medium budget, or high budget? What do you want your car to do? And would you take it to a shop or do it yourself? I know the last one's a little bit of an iffy one, because most of us probably do ourselves. But there's a few people out there that might take it to a shop. Who knows? But yeah, I want you to comment down below. Let me know what project car you would do, how, and why. And yeah, see you on the next one.